object of this film is to give a summary of the parachute training course at the Royal Air Force Parachute Training School. Volunteers for the airborne forces from many units pass through these gates. Here's station headquarters, the administrative center of the unit. The parachute training wing controls the program of training. On the arrival of a new course, officer instructors are briefed. In the training control room, details of the daily program are entered on the operations board. Each working day, vehicles transport the troops from their camp to the school. The program begins with a muster parade. After roll call, the senior instructors report to the warrant officer in charge. Officer instructors take over their syndicates. The parade breaks up, and in sticks of 10, the men march away under their own instructor, either to the training hangars, to the lecture rooms, or to the outdoor training area, according to the stage of their training. Some elementary training is done on the mock doors and on the elastic fall trainer. Lectures are given on all phases of parachuting. The technique is applied in the hangar. Stick exits are practiced from a mock-up fuselage. Parachute flying technique on the harness swings. Forward falls from step ladders. High running falls from boxes. For variety and change of atmosphere, some of the training is done out of doors on the harness swings and the fuselages. Most mornings there's a welcome break for a visit to Smoky Joe's canteen for a cup of tea and a smoke. At an earlier stage in the course, troops are given air experience. During the flights they practice aircraft drill, and they also see what the ground looks like from the air. The ground training continues with instruction which is both varied and progressive. The first jump made from a height is made from the fan descent trainer. An iron ladder leads to the 30-foot high platform. The speed of descent is controlled by a revolving fan. The troops now progress to another trainer, where the exit made is similar to that from an aircraft. Then to the tower, where from a height of 72 feet, controlled descents and landings are practiced. From the platform, the parachutist is dispatched by an instructor, and after flight drill has been carried out, the trooper makes a descent and landing. At the end of each day, equipment is put away and routine training fatigues are completed. Transport takes the troops back to their camp for a meal and the evening's leisure. At the school, all apparatus is regularly inspected and serviced by a permanent staff of riggers to ensure its working efficiency. The tower is inspected daily. The parachute troops continue with their training until they're considered proficient to make their first balloon descent. Parachutes are drawn from the storeroom. This is the time all have been working for. Out on the dropping zone, known as the DZ, the balloons are prepared for use by personnel of the balloon unit. After routine inspections have been made, winches, cars and balloons are moved on to the DZ and positioned there according to the direction After the jump, the discussion. The syndicate officer talks over the descents with the parachutists. The troops return to the school, where mistakes outlined in the syndicate officer's discussion are corrected and further progressive training is given. During off-duty hours, facilities for most sports are available. All who wish to take part are welcome. Other personnel essential to the course include the men in the technical wing who service and maintain the aircraft, the parachute packers who examine and pack the parachutes, those in the control tower who control the air traffic, and the men in the Met Office where information of likely weather and wind changes are continuously recorded. Back to training, this time with a kit bag. Not only has a parachutist to learn how to jump correctly, but he must be able to do so while carrying equipment. More lectures, such as that on the container, are given, and training is continued until the parachutist reaches the standard necessary for him to make a series of jumps from an aircraft. As aircraft taxi to the pickup point, sticks of troops march out to emplane under the supervision of an instructor. The remaining troops await their turn in the standby room. After a short flight to the DZ, the parachutists make their first jump in slow sticks of 4, after which further jumps without equipment are made, including a jump at night. The troops are then ready to jump with equipment. Over the dropping zone, the parachutists await the signal to jump. Stick exits are made. The speed of the sticks is increased as the jumpers become more proficient. The frequently practiced aircraft drill is now applied, and the result should be a well-controlled exit. The final and qualifying descent is made from aircraft flying in formation. In preparation, aircraft are serviced and refueled, and after briefing, the pilots and crews go out to their aircraft. Equipment is adjusted and checked. Final words of advice are given by the instructor. The parachutists emplane. On each run-in of the aircraft, a stick of 8, all carrying equipment, jump from each aircraft. At the end of each course comes the passing out parade. The instructors fall in. Those on parade are now entitled to wear the parachute badge, which is presented to each individual by his officer instructor. The parade moves off for the march past. The station commander takes the salute from these newly qualified parachutists who've successfully completed the basic parachute training course.